The primary focus on safety by our citizens, city council, staff, and stakeholders is critical to our ongoing transformation as one of the nation's best places to raise a family, to visit, to build a business, and to work. Missouri City is also the only platinum scenic city in the region, which is evidenced by our pristine green spaces and strict development regulations. Throughout the past year, we've reached new milestones in Missouri City's police department, which earned its re-recognition accreditation status for the third time in 2017. Roughly 2,000 municipal police organizations are eligible for this recognition. Only 146 have been recognized. Only 58 have been recognized twice, and only 23 in the state have been recognized 3 times. And the Missouri City Police Department is among those that have achieved this status. The accreditation program is conducted by the Texas Police Chiefs Association, which audits agencies to gauge their compliance with 164 Texas law enforcement best practices. These practices were developed by state law enforcement professionals to assist entities in the efficient and effective delivery of service, the reduction of risk, and the protection of individuals' rights.
Just push off of them and walk away. You don't have to fight with them. We all think that we have to fight with the bad guy because we're the public.
Innovative strategies, community partnerships, and prevention programs have helped MCPD reduce crime to record lows citywide in the past 5 years. Chief Mike Berezin told City Council members in a detailed presentation at one of their regular meetings, which are live streamed to residents on MCTV, the public access channel. Chief Berezin, a 30-year city employee and a 30-year police veteran, told Council that one of the department's new programs, DDACTS, Data-Driven Approach to Crime and Traffic Safety, has been essential to achieve crime reduction goals.
We make sure we make lots of traffic and pedestrian contacts. It doesn't mean that we write a lot of tickets, it just, you should see a lot of police activity in that area. Do-no-goods don't want to deal with the police. They want to go somewhere where they don't have a chance of getting stopped by the police. And that's been successful for us, this DDACTS area. DDACTS improved PD operations in several ways, one of which it helped us assign our resources in an appropriate manner. You know, we're like every other police department, every other city department, in every jurisdiction across the nation. You never ever have enough resources. We understand that, but we need to do effective allocation of our resources, and one of the ways that we've done that is using the data that we analyze through the use of DDACTS to assign our resources where they can have the best impact.
The initiative is aimed at reducing the incidence of crime, crashes, and traffic violations by drawing on the deterrent of highly visible traffic enforcement and the knowledge that crime often involves the use of motor vehicles.
Most of the people that's committing the crimes, they're going to use a motor vehicle to travel into the area to commit the crime. So they have to travel on a roadway at some point in time to get to us. So we're highly visible on those major thoroughfares where we have a lot of traffic. There's a good chance that if somebody was thinking about coming to do a crime over here, they're going to see one of us. They're going to see us out in full effect. So it deters them a lot of times to say, hey, you know what, police are hot over here, we're gonna go somewhere else. And a lot of times we're not even doing traffic enforcement. Most of our guys are not writing tickets. They're also talking to the people that are stopping to try to figure out what they are seeing in their neighborhood, if they're from this neighborhood, and how we can help them. Yeah, so I just went up there and made contact with them. Had a simple brake light out, but it's a perfect place to stop them. It's right here on a major thoroughfare. A lot of cars going by. Plays right into the high visibility. Just go up to him, approach him, and come to find out he's a favor food delivery driver. He's always in Missouri City and Sugar Land. And so I just asked him, has he seen anything in Missouri City that we should be worried about? And he said, man, the only thing I can tell you is on Highway 6, they drive really crazy. So we take little small tidbits like that. Check Although it's not in our DDACTS area, it's on the other side of town. We could, take that information and maybe run the statistics on accidents in that area to see if we need to, do some more traffic safety initiatives over there. And now we have the citizens kind of confirming, like, man, they driving crazy. And then if we got an increase in accidents, it's almost like a no-brainer. We can try to pay more attention to it. We'll take it from there.
Years ago, we used random patrol. In other words, we were a small city and you just roamed around and spent a lot of miles on your car and hoped that someone called you when something was happening, or you just happened to stumble across it. And it really wasn't an effective way to police. You just put a lot of miles on a vehicle is what you did. Now, using data, we analyze that data every quarter and check the effectiveness of what we're doing. And DDACTS, we really focus on DDACTS areas because we have a lot of resources assigned to those areas. And every quarter we're willing to change where we assign our resources based on the crime trends that we've identified through our data.
The department's public safety initiatives are so effective that many of the worst felonies, classified as Part 1 crimes, dropped double digits over the past 5 years. MCPD currently employs 105 sworn officers and 44 civilian staff that protect and serve the public.
You know, we always say protect and serve. What does that really mean? What it really means is we are here to risk all we have, our families, our future, and everything else, to make sure there's no social harm to members of our community, those that live here, work here, or just decide to come visit Missouri City. So DDACTS, the implementation of it by reducing crime and accidents, makes that social harm, or lessens the chance of social harm for members of our community.
It's not just about traffic enforcement. It's not just about writing tickets. It's not about making arrests, but it's about getting to know your community. We see that in this DDACTS area, they're very responsive to us. They like us. They want us to come around, and they're seeing just as many friendly conversations as they are with us actually doing some type of enforcement. So I think it makes a tremendous difference with our community and the relationship we have with them.
The city's police department also manages code enforcement. In fiscal year 2018, code enforcement officers conducted more than 14,500 inspections to date. That's almost 1,200 inspections per month. A significant metric, given that the city's code division only staffs 8 officers and 1 supervisor.
What these 8 code officers are tasked with doing is providing service to approximately 74,000 citizens, and they cover an area of like 29.8 square miles. Suffice it to say, you know, code enforcement staff can't be everywhere, so what we've done was divided code enforcement staff up by the tasks that they're assigned. So what it breaks down to is we have 2 specially assigned officers. We have 2 that are responsive to complaints only, so they're more reactionary. And then we have a total of 4 at all times that are conducting sweeps.
This performance is reflective of the priority City Manager Anthony J. Snipes and his team has placed on maintaining our Platinum Scenic City status through the Nuisance Abatement Team, which consists of members of Code Enforcement, the Police Department, Municipal Court, Development Services, the City Manager's Office, Communications, and the Legal Department.
As most people may know, the City of Missouri City has one of the largest per capita home ownership rates in the entire state of Texas. And abatement, particularly with code enforcement violations, can diminish or reduce that value in communities and neighborhoods across the city. So with that being a high priority of our city council, they felt it was important that we proactively address some of these concerns before they ended up getting out of hand. So we created the Nuisance Abatement Team. 2 years later, we've seen a number of communities that have been positively impacted, a large amount of abatement that has occurred. We do typically a before and after to show the proactive stance that city staff takes to address these particular issues. The beauty of it all is, with us coming together, the legal department, code enforcement, police, our planning and development department, and more, coming together in one room to address these issues proactively, we've seen a tremendous impact that has received many accolades for its innovation, but more importantly for its proactive approach to dealing with nuisance abatement as well as code enforcement.
The performance is also reflective of the widespread utilization of See-Click Fix by residents citywide. This online reporting tool allows citizens to assist staff by directly notifying us of potential code issues around the community, thereby helping to improve operational efficiencies. Daily code operations are handled by Supervisor Cynthia Rex, who has been instrumental in setting and reaching improvement goals for the division.
When I came on board, I created a policy procedure manual for staff, which is a guide for how to handle code enforcement complaints, how to deal with the general public and be responsive to citizen concerns, whether they be valid or invalid, how to handle internal and external complaints, and how to proceed in investigation as far as conducting research, also how to prioritize cases as they come in. So it's just a real holistic group of regulations that kind of guide them on how to utilize best practices in the code enforcement field.
So what we believe is by utilizing DDACTS, by utilizing our nuisance abatement team and others, we can, and our community can see the challenges that are being addressed, but more importantly, see the end results of those actions.
Another key performance component in the police department is community engagement, resulting in the Show Me City, making SafeHome.org's 2017 list of safest cities in the United States, ranking number 13 in Texas. Ranking among the top safest municipalities in Texas by the Home Security Advisor, an online resource website. The Show Me City was listed at number 42 among all cities rated in the report and number 5 among cities with a population of 50,000 or more, and earning a number 30 ranking in a list of 136 Texas cities rated by alarms.org, the official site of the National Council for Home Safety and Security, an association of licensed alarm companies, installers, contractors, and trade groups. These accolades and MCPD's long-standing partnerships illustrate why their reform initiative, DDACTS, and other programs like it have helped the city maintain its safe streets in all areas. The achievements serve as a foundation that elected officials, citizens, and stakeholders can build on for decades to come.